way.
Hey,
Bob, hey
how you
Trevor.
doing? Are you
How are
good?
you doing?
I'm good.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. My name's Shakira. It's so nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. What's going on?
Not much. I'm just chilling, trying to enjoy this quarantine to the best, the best I can. How about you? How's your day going?
And I actually got done surfing today. Now I'm just back at the house and chillaxing. Kind of,
Surfing. So why are you the blueprint for quarantine? You've been doing all the right things.
duck off. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Surfing, making new songs,
yeah,
playing
yeah.
the guitar. What's
I,
next?
I was taking a shower when I got back, and I was just like, man, as crazy as it sounds, it's probably one of the best things for me personally that's happened. Just like a reset, reevaluation, and it feels good to kind of just be home and chill. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, because you probably don't get too much chill time, right?
Not at all. Not at all.
But even in your quote unquote chill time, you've done so much. You've been so productive.
Yeah. A lot of I can't help but make music. So then I'm like, man, I'm making it. Just sit on my computer. Let me put it out.
Right. So let's get into the music thing, because you have dropped 2 bops to my knowledge since we've been quarantining, right? We have the TikTok song, super dope, and then we have the Quarantine Bay remix. So let's talk about the Quarantine Bay remix. Because a lot of ladies, a lot of people watching want to know, do you have a Quarantine Bay?
At the moment, I do not have a quarantine bay. No, just me, myself, and I. But
all right, so you heard it here first. Shakira 2 times reporting live. Trevor Jackson does not have a quarantine bay. All right, and about the TikTok song. So obviously that's genius because everyone is on that app right now. So what inspired you to make a song for that app?
I'm gonna be honest. I am not the biggest fan of social media. Right, I tend to not be on my phone at all. I like to go out in nature and just record or just kind of be in the moment. But yeah, no, everybody was like, dude, you gotta do TikTok. I'm like, what? So I was like, if I'm gonna do TikTok, let me just make a song so I feel better about doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of how that came about. But yeah, I was just the reason why the words are we got that kind of love you see on TikTok, because every time someone would show me something, it'd be like a little teenage couple and they're like doing some love stuff, or it's another couple. It just cracked me up, like all the people that just look so happy on there.
Right.
I kind of love this like that. You know what I'm saying? Where every time you look at us, we just look picture perfect.
Aww.
On it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what social media is for, right? It gives off that image.
Exactly.
So, since you've come out with your song, have you been on TikTok more? Did it work?
Not as much as I probably should be. But I am very happy with the fans. A lot of people have been doing the dance, and that's all I want people to do is just have fun.
Sure. I'll tell you, I tried it, but I'm gonna stick to journalism. The dance, I couldn't really get it down.
Regardless, so I can post it. It doesn't have to be perfect.
So did you come up with the dance, or
I did.
I can do that part. Hey, okay. So you came up with it, no choreographer, all you.
No. Just try to do some TikTok-ish dances and put them together.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there's kind of like a recipe to it. You definitely had it down. That's awesome. So just getting into, you said that you're not really big on social media, but your fan base is nuts. Like when I posted, I was interviewing you. Your fan base is out of this world. So how do you, and you do a good job keeping up with them. How do you manage that and still, you're not on your phone too much?
Yeah, well, I think it's just when I do get to talk with them, I really feel like they get the real. I feel like they connect more to that than like me trying to portray something else. But like, for instance, when I was in New York last, I did some interview, and then some of my fans were like outside waiting, and I was like, let's all go eat. I took everyone to Shake Shack, and just hung out and just got to. I wanted to get to know the type of that I was attracting to my music.
Oh, that's dope. You did you want to go eat? Because I'm a fan. No, we'll get into that later. But that's amazing. That's really awesome, and that's what sets you apart, because you are a real authentic artist, and we love to see it.
It's like I was like, you can tell so much about someone by the people they attract. And what I noticed about everybody is just they all are to do whatever it is that they're doing, and they're also very creative. And the most important thing, they're all nice people.
Right.
Find some people that are fans and you go to their page like this big dumb, they can be like going in, but they're all just very kind and very, wanting the best for everybody, and that's the type of that I want to attract.
Definitely. You have an amazing, positive fan base. I just have to comment quick. People in the comments are asking if you're bald. Can you turn around and see if you still have the rat tail?
Oh, rat tail is always there. I don't even got to turn.
Still there, folks. I thought it was gone. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They're thriving. You know what I mean?
All right, it's thriving inches. It's growing. So another question, just talking about your music, because I know that you're so passionate about it. I'm a big fan of Rough Drafts Part 2. I really, really like that project. Yeah, of course. What was your inspiration for that project?
I think it was just feel it and write it. That one, I think that's the kind of purpose of rough drafts, is like whatever I was feeling that day to make. But I think it was just the world of like what I think people familiar with in terms of what they like to listen to or what's always playing on the radio, or different things like that. But also trying to, the harmonies and more vocalization, and also lyrics. I think stories to me are so important. That's why country is my favorite kind of music. So I was just trying to tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
Around is about a girl who every time you're hanging out with her, she just up, she wants to party. They never get sleep. Every time you think you're about to go, wait, we should go to this place. We go to this place. So that was like one. Tell you the truth, obviously, is kind of self-explanatory. And I think it was the most vulnerable I've been on an album in terms of the opening. Him in a can. I think I was, very, very bare. I haven't been. I think, and people see things far and they think your life is a certain way and have an assumption about how your life is going, and to be able to, that song was the quickest song I've ever wrote. About 60 to 70% of that song was freestyle, and then I just went back and like kind of like filled different words or whatever. But I remember that was the quickest song I've ever. I was like, it's just because it was real.
Right.
Real stuff. It's not hard to find. So.
Okay, so would you say that's your favorite song on the project?
When She's Around is my favorite song.
When She's Around. Okay. One of my favorites, my good friend Chucky Duke, who's watching, put me on, is Too Many Bottles.
Hey.
That is a banger. That's a great song.
That's hard too.
Definitely banger. I love how diverse the project is. You've got some slow jams, you've got some simp songs, you've got some party songs.
And I always pride myself on doing that. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, I try to pride myself on doing that because I feel like, for me, in my experience as a listener or consumer, if I heard a song, a single from somebody, and let's say I didn't like the single, and then I go to the album and the whole album single, then I'm not gonna like the album. So I always make sure that there's at least one song for everybody on here. You ain't gotta like every song, but if you like, a little upbeat, if you like trap, I got a trap song on here. If you like R&B, a little in between. I think Too Many Bottles is kind of like poppy-ish, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just want everybody to have something, and it's kind of like who I am as a person. I'm so random and impulsive. And when you talk to a lot of older executives, talk to like people like you're cohesive and kind of all sound and have the same sounds, and I'm like ADD. I get bored. I'm like, I want something else.
Right.
That's how I try to make my music like that.
So I have to say, I'm surprised that you said country is your favorite type of music. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. That's really dope. But what inspired you to be an R&B artist when you love country so much?
So I actually was an R&B fan first. Like when I grew up, that's all I listened to. Usher and Chris Brown and R. Kelly. And there's some things going on there, but
you don't gotta say too much.
Young, that's all. But I think for me, I started falling in love with. I started writing my own music.
Okay.
For a long time, I was just doing records they told me to do, wearing what they told me to wear, just being whatever they thought I was. And the minute that I started writing my own music, I started listening to country and like, these are the best writers. Like, just the stories and the simplicity of it. But yeah, I just think their writing is fantastic. And I know I really love a song like this that I didn't write it.
Right. And I've heard that actually from a bunch of artists from different platforms that say that some of the best writing comes out of country music.
Yeah. But a lot of people who are doing country are old because nobody's doing like real R&B anymore. All of these people that were writers in R&B, they moved to Nashville and are producing all of these country artists. I remember I was listening to the country radio the other day, and one was like,
no, like country rap is a thing.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Pull out R&B.
That's the only way I'll listen to it. So that works for me.
That's sometimes it throws people off. They'll be like, I don't like country, but if you just took out the banjo and the thing in the back, you would love it. You know what I'm saying? It's some of the kind of can throw people off sometimes.
So your next project, you might as well, go the Lil Nas X route and just add a little country flavor onto it. Your fans will support it.
I definitely I've got some records that are, I wouldn't say country, but the next album is crazy.
When can we get a date or a time frame as to when the next album will be?
The time frame will be before the end of the year.
Okay, that's very helpful though, because
Yes,
sometimes
yeah.
people,
For the end of the year, but also, yeah, it's very different from Rough Draft 1 and Rough Draft 2, and I'm excited about that. So yeah.
No, we stand a diverse artist, so we'll be looking forward to the project no matter what. We can't wait. Now, switching gears onto the big screen. So before our interview today, I was thinking about how diverse you are and how I personally knew about your music before I knew about you as an actor, but you've got quite a catalog in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
What is your favorite project to date, movie-wise?
Favorite project today has got to be Superfly and Burning Sands. Those two favorite things. Burning Sands, because I feel like that's the farthest I've gone away from myself in a sense. Like, I just kind of felt disconnected from who I was in a sense of, I don't know, just doing that every day. I try to put myself through the process, and like, I just felt crazy. You know what I'm saying? And because we shot that in like 30 days.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
I mean, that was, or maybe it was shorter than that. It might have been shorter than that. 19.
That's insane. I would have never guessed that. That's a great movie.
31 locations in 19 days.
Wow.
And Superfly was one of my favorites because that was like a dream fulfilled in terms of being a little kid trying to act out like Matrix movies and watching Wesley Snipes and Blade. I was growing up, and I was like, I just want a leather jacket and I want to whoop ass while wearing it. And I got to. I was tight. So
Burning Sands, what in the world was your sleep schedule like, if you had one?
I didn't really sleep because, you know, I was probably 18, 19, and, you know, all the guys on set were all young, so we were, like, hanging out after we got done shooting super late. They had to be up in, like, an hour or two. We're like, might as well not go to bed. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's what I had to do. That's why I wasn't really worried. I wanted to be tired all the
time. Okay.
They were always just like, dude, we couldn't sleep. Like, the minute we go to 30 a.m., hey, go to McDonald's, give me a biscuit. And I'm just like, yeah, we couldn't really, we had to be on edge. And even when we were asleep, it was like light sleep because, you know.
Right. So you were really living the life of that character off screen as well.
I was trying to.
You said that was the most different role you've ever played. When they gave you that script, what was your first reaction?
So the funny thing is I met with the director and writer, Gerard, when I was 15 years old. And with that script, and then just nothing happened. And then later, then they had someone else in the lead role. They wanted me to who did they want me to be? They wanted me to be somebody else at some point, and then somebody popped, and then they were like, "You want to be the lead?" I was like, "That, you know, that's what I wanted to be anyway." I was like, you know, I could do it. But when I read the script, I just thought that it was just crazy. I think I didn't really feel any like I didn't feel that crazy until I was meeting with people that went through it.
Right. Like, so people in fraternities do go through it. This is fact.
Yeah. No, they like. You know, when I would just talk to people that have just like, you know, and they can't tell me anything, obviously, just even how they like pivot around like what they're talking about, and like you just see in people like how they move, and it was just like, wow, dude, you were like, you know, great things came from it, but also probably scarred you a little bit, you know?
Right. So did you do your own stunts? Were you actually catching those beatings during the film?
Some of them that stunt people told them, but I would like tell the other actor, like, hard, bro, hit me hard.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's crazy.
And then when they were doing this to me at the end, where my arms were out, and I'm like, I was like, bro, hit me harder, like, do it.
Wow, that is insane. So if you had to do a movie or a film similar to that next, or even, you know, a role in a TV show, we heard it here first that Trevor Jackson does his own stunts.
Yeah. All Superfly, I did all my own stunts. The only stuff I didn't do was the car, like driving the car, like swerving and stuff.
Right.
Okay. All the scenes I did, even if they had the stunt double do it, I was like, you're gonna do it at least twice, and then y'all can use one. But
wow, that is crazy. That's so awesome. So we're gonna get into Grownish soon, because I know I have a lot of questions on that. But I want to ask, if you had to choose, because you seem perfectly well versed between the two, if you had to choose between music and acting, which one is your baby?
I would choose music only because it's the most Trevor, you know, when you ask somebody else, but the purest version the words that I write, the melodies that I come up with, and the visual. Everything is just comes from within me.
Right.
You know, and when I act, I sometimes pull from other people or try and pull from other things.
Now, obviously, I don't know you on a personal level, but looking at Aaron's character in Grownish,
Yeah.
He's very relatable. He's a young Black man. He's a leader. He's an activist. Though that seems like a pretty relatable role. Are you much different than Aaron off camera?
I'd say my politics are more so my messages through my music and things like that, and I think we're similar in the ways of ambition. You know, he's not going to get what he thinks in the world and his people deserve, and that's how I feel. I just go about it a different way.
Right, right. We're all activists in some
way. And you never know. You don't have to stand in front of a million people and, you know, say certain things. You could do something small on the street and some little kids just be nice to somebody. I want to be nice like that guy. And then that guy becomes the president of the United States. And that guy, you know what I'm saying? Like butterfly effect. You just never know. You know?
Right, absolutely. So getting into Grownish and Aaron's character, I know that Freeform has renewed you guys for a 4th season. Yes. Can you tell us anything about when we'll be seeing that?
Well, considering there's a pandemic going on, it'll be a while for sure.
Okay, all right.
Definitely won't be. But as soon as it is lifted, we'll be shooting and finish that off. Nice. Yeah.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I know that filming is at a standstill all across the world right now because of the pandemic. So I totally get that. But we are definitely looking forward to that. Hopefully, some more spice and the love triangles that are going on. Is there anything that you can?
It's crazy. I don't like reading the script until like the day of. I mean, obviously we have table reads, and so, you know, some of the other castmates like read it already, and they're always laughing at me because at the day of the read, I'm like, what, huh? Because I was just like, that's my first.
Oh snap! You guys heard that. He's excited. So we are definitely excited for it. I cannot wait. I'm a big fan of that show. And you guys are all, you know, around the same age group. And you can just tell, you can feel the chemistry between all the characters on camera.
Yeah.
But off camera, you have to have like a Grownish bestie. Who would that be?
A Grownish bestie. I mean, my guys, Dig and Jordan, those are my guys. I love everybody, but those hang out the most. Me and Dig make it every time he comes over here. We've got to be prepared because we're gonna make another song. It's not like we came over here to make a song, but me and him being together, we love music much tonight. And then me and Jordan is like my nerd buddy because I'm a nerd too, secretly about like comics and all that, like Dragon Ball Z, you know, different things. So me and him be going stuff like that.
Okay, I assume that it was Diggy because you guys do have music together. You both are alike in that way. So do you guys hang out often? Have you had a chance to get up since the world's been shut down?
The world's been shut down, no, but I was just going to hit him today because, you know, I'm like, bro, we'll wear masks, whatever, but we got to kick it.
Honestly.
Yeah, but we definitely are. That's my dog. You know, we were on tour together when I was 16.
Oh, wow.
Met when I was like 14 at some show. I remember I opened up for him, and that was like the first time we met. And then after that, we were on tour together. And then, yeah, man, that's my bro for life. For sure.
So you guys go way back. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I have 2 questions. One, you said you were a nerd. Are you a Star Wars nerd at all by chance? So you're celebrating the national holiday today. It's May the 4th. Okay. I just have to make sure to. What does that have to do with May the 4th?
Excuse me?
Can you hear me? Am I breaking up?
Yes, and you don't know what it has to do with May the 4th?
I honestly don't watch Star Wars, but I know what today is.
Crime.
I did all my Trevor Jackson, you know, I know everything I need to know about you, but Star Wars, I can't even pretend. No, explain.
So all of Anakin Skywalker had this. That's why I started growing it. And Drafts 1, there's a song called Anakin, and it was just basically at the time I started writing my own music because I felt like, well, you don't know the story, but Anakin Skywalker is actually Darth Vader. Did you know that?
I knew that.
Okay.
If I didn't, you ruined it. But luckily I knew that.
So you didn't know that. So, but just because he was always felt like people weren't showing him the love that he was like so dope, nobody was like, and I was like, man, that's how I feel. And then I was like, I'm just going to write and start playing guitar. And all of that happened. I started writing, playing guitar, and growing my tail all kind of at the time.
Okay. So there's a message behind the tale. For those of you who don't like it, there's a deeper meaning.
Also, It's not Rat Tail. We rebranded. It's called Dragon Tail. So get that.
Did you watch Dragon Tales?
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
You don't want to hear me sing, otherwise I would tune in with you. I promise. Well, I don't want to get too off topic because I need to go catch up and watch Star Wars for sure. Yes. My boyfriend and my friends give me crap about that all the time because I have never seen it. I've never seen it. All right, it's worth it. I'll check it out. So what can we expect? What more can we expect from you coming up? Just let's say, hopefully not, but let's say that quarantine continues throughout 2020. You're still doing so much from home. So what are some other things we can expect?
Well, I'm doing this thing called Midnight Snack. So this coming Friday, am I allowed to say who's? Okay, can't say who's on there. But this coming Friday, I'm having a Midnight Snack, and I'll have a special guest who will be talking about music. I might play like unreleased songs, not album songs, but just I make so much, I just have some.
Okay, and that's this Friday?
This Friday.
Perfect.
Doing that probably like every other week.
I love that. That's dope. So you guys, go ahead.
Oh, my bad, not to interrupt you. People come in, you can drink, you can do whatever you want, whatever your snack is, you know what I'm saying? Mine is maybe some whiskey, some Oreos, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Whiskey and Oreos together?
Not together. That's
okay.
One Friday and then another Friday, you know.
Got it. Okay, I can agree to that. Well, that's really awesome. Thank you so much for telling us about that. Do we have a time at all when that's going to be on Friday?
It's 9 p.m. on Friday.
9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I assume, Midnight Snack on Friday. So you guys make sure you tune into that. That's really exciting. And then you just briefly mentioned that you play the guitar. So you have a bunch of talents. Do you have any hidden talents that your fans don't know about?
I'm fairly good at chess.
Chess, okay.
Fairly good at chess. I can juggle. And I can eat food really well. Food a lot.
Okay. I can eat food really well. Actually, I'm working on that. Chess, I'm working on that as well. Very dope. Well, I'm sure you have the type of fan base that they would support you regardless of what you do. So you might as well throw some juggling in there as well with the Oreo eating and the singing. Just make it all
whiskey all at the same time.
Okay, perfect. We're looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Trevor. Before I let you go, are there a few fan questions that you'd be willing to answer?
Yeah, come on.
Perfect. So I just want to say this right off the bat. I'm a big fan of you, but my little sister is your biggest fan. She told me everything from your height to your shoe size, blood type.
What is
everything?
Size?
Her name is Miracle. She's a freshman in college. So if you could just say hi to her, she'd probably pass out.
Miracle, what's up? Thank you so much. I would love to know if you got the shoe size right, because some people do get it wrong.
She told me even to get some Crocs, but I'm like, they won't be in here in time. I'm running off a tour guide salary. I can't do that. But I know you're a big fan of those.
Yes.
I have some friends in the chat as well, and my boyfriend as well, who are musicians. They're up and coming. They're really trying to hustle and make it. What's some tips that you give them?
I'd say don't do it for anything other than the actual music. Don't do it for cars, for trying to find a counterpart. Don't do it for, anything other than love for the art. And don't allow people to brainwash you into believing that you need. There's a lot of people, especially in the entertainment, music, and acting industry, that'll just make you feel like poo. Like, you can't do without me, and they'll just try anything you do on your own, they'll belittle it. Want you to always feel you need to look to them to be a part of your success. So just have a good vibe reader. If you can find a vibeometer thing where they have good vibes, it'll be faster. Not go. It's very
definitely in these big cities, and I can relate to that even with journalism. You have to really be able to read people. So you're very right about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are asking if you'd ever have like an after party or a listening party with your fans.
Absolutely. This stuff wasn't happening. This dang can't even say the name of the album, but that would have been a Shakira 2 times exclusive. I wish we could listen to that all together. Very excited.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. We just have to stay positive in all of this, as you've been doing, and we can only hope for the best. But I'm sure once things get back up and running, you'll be able to just pick up where you left off for sure. Right. Well, thank you so much, Trevor. I really appreciate it and enjoyed this.
Great. One more thing. I just released some sandals. They're called Slide, and they're my born art, which represents everybody that's born is beautiful. We're always trying to be else nowadays, but I feel like what you have is enough and more than enough. So that's why born art slides are super dope. So
can we see a pair? Do you have a pair?
They're coming in the mail, but I have a picture of them right now.
Okay, perfect. I saw some them coming in the mail in your story. So why slides and not Crocs?
Just wanted to switch it up, you know what I mean? Switch it up a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you could, you know, maybe post it on your story. We can post a picture on Where's the Buzz's story. Any other final words or last words?
God bless everybody. Be kind, be loving. Life is very short. Don't make excuses for things that you do today, tomorrow. Do them now. And just be nice. And I'm sick of just, come on. There's no reason to.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Trevor. It was a pleasure.
Peace.
Bye.